Hi, I'm Paul Henderson from Outcome Leaders. Let's talk about outcome-based customer success. We'll have a look at three generations of the way technology vendors have engaged with customers. Before anybody buys technology, there is a cycle that they typically go through. Someone senior in the organization decides that results next year need to be better. They'll then have a look at problems or roadblocks that would stop them from getting those better results next year. And then they'll come up with a set of requirements, often high level, about how they will get those higher results that they're looking for. They're then ready to talk to vendors. Responded over the years in a number of different ways. If we go all the way back to the 70s, when software packages first appeared, the way customers bought was to provide a long list of features and functions that they wanted the vendors to have. They then offered solutions for the customer to the problems that the customer had. We saw the advent of the solution generation and solution selling. That's lasted up until very recently, almost 30 years. But it's changing. The reason it's changing is that the pace of change in business is just getting so rapid. By the time a customer identifies that they need to improve their results, identifies the roadblocks and problems that would stop them getting there, comes up with a high-level set of requirements, chooses some vendors, picks one vendor, implements their solution, waits for the results to start flowing through. By the time they go through that whole cycle, a whole new set of problems has come over their shoulder. So this new generation of vendors is going one step back up that cycle. They're looking at the results that the customer wants to get to, the kind of outcomes that they need to achieve, and they're helping the customer get there. They are the outcome generation. Let's talk for a little about this idea of outcomes. It's one of those words that means different things to different people. So let's try and frame it a little. Whenever somebody buys something, there is an outcome they want to achieve. You buy a hamburger, you'd like to be full. You buy a movie ticket, you'd like to be entertained. You buy a sports car, probably you want to be noticed. In the technology space, there are two different types of outcomes we deal with. The first is called a product outcome. That's the direct benefit of using the product or service the customer has bought from you. The second we've called a success outcome. That's the bigger business outcome that the customer really needs to achieve, what they consider success to be. The relationship between them looks like this. The black circle is the product outcome. It's a subset of the bigger thing the customer needs, the success outcome. So it is a means to an end, but not an end in itself. Let's give a couple of non-tech examples to illustrate the difference between a product outcome and a success outcome. If you went to a hardware store to buy a drill bit, the hardware store manager would know you don't really want to own a drill bit. What you want to do is drill a hole in the wall. That's the product outcome. You bought the drill bit, now there's a hole in the wall. But that's not what success looks like for us either. Success is that picture hanging on the wall. That's what success looks like. That's the success outcome. Similarly, if we went to a restaurant, the restaurant owner might think their job is to provide great food and service. And of course they're right, they must do that. That's the product outcome. We're paying for the food and service and it's been good, so we got our product outcome. But that's not the only reason we go to a restaurant. We go for a great night out with family and friends. Here's the thing. What happens if we don't achieve the success outcome? So in the case of the restaurant, if for some reason we don't have a fun night out, maybe there's some people on our table that have an argument, or there's someone on the table next door who's loud, noisy, and spoils our night. If that happens, then the restaurant will have bad connotations for us. And even if the food and service was just fine, we probably won't go back to that restaurant. Similarly, if we get that picture hanging up on the wall, we step back and it looks terrible, it's in the wrong place. Then the next time there's a job to be done, we may hire a handyman and ask the handyman to do the job for us, not spend money with the hardware store. In both of those cases, the product outcome was delivered, but because the success outcome didn't occur, that vendor lost future revenue. So, why should we care about success outcomes? Because the amount the customer spends with us next time is driven by how much success they had this time. And success is not the product outcome, it's the success outcome. So, outcome-based customer success, pretty simple. It's about driving growth by enabling customers' success outcomes. At Outcome Leaders, we have a framework and a methodology to help tech vendors implement outcome-based customer success. Next steps. There is another video that will provide more detail about how outcome-based customer success works. You'll find it on our website shown in the video, or you can contact us direct by email or using the phone number shown on the screen. We'd love to help you.